Welcome to Blissful Soul. My name's Caroline Stafford, and today I'm going to show you how to carry out a simple self-healing to help you during these times of stress and worry and tension. So I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I've been developing my practice since 2014. I do take on students, so if you want training, I have very affordable rates. You pay as you learn, and Reiki has transformed my life. It has helped me at a time when I've needed it the most. It's very, very good for grief, bereavement, trauma, anxiety, depression, and I found Reiki at a time when I was going through great personal grief myself. So this self-healing method will help you. It doesn't take long, and if you do it daily, it will become part of your natural practice for everyday living. Okay, so first of all, what we need to do is make sure that we are grounded by making sure we are sat upright with our hands on our knees and our feet flat on the ground. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are actually going to act as a channel for our healing. So first of all, we need to make sure that our chakras are open. Now, for those that doesn't know what chakras are, they are like little spinning wheels located at the base in the gentle area to the crown at the top of the head. We have 7 major chakras that we use during Reiki, and if these chakras are out of alignment or out of balance, then that means that we are as well. So it's important that we do our healing when we feel we need it the most. Okay, so first of all, before we actually start the self-healing, we need to open our chakras. So first of all, we need to make sure we are grounded by imagining roots coming from the bottom of our feet, like the roots of a tree going into the Mother Earth, down deep into the earth. That is our grounding. I also imagine a bubble around me, or I ask Archangel Michael to make sure that I am protected. Okay, so first of all, to start your healing, you need to cross your arms on your shoulders. This is normally where we open the chakras, on the shoulder area. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to imagine a bright red flower in your gentle area, which is the root chakra, and I want you to open that flower as wide as you can, front and back. And now I want you to move on up to the sacral chakra, which is just below your belly button, and it is orange in colour. Again, I want you to imagine that orange flower, and I want you to open it in your mind, front and back. And now I want you to move on up to the solar plexus, which is just below the rib cage, the breastbone, which is here. And I want you to imagine a bright yellow flower, and I want you to open that as wide as you can, front and back. And now I want you to go on up to the heart, which is green, and I want you to imagine that heart centre opening as wide as you can, front and back, a bright green flower. And now I want you to go on up to the throat chakra, and I want you to imagine a blue flower, and I want you to open that as wide as you can, front and back. And now I want you to go on up to the third eye, which is in between the brow, and I want you to imagine an indigo flower. Again, I want you to open that as wide as you can, front and back. And finally, the crown on top of the head. I want you to imagine a big white lotus flower, and to try and imagine to open the petals one at a time. Okay, so we're now open, ready for our healing. Okay, so first of all, we are grounded. We can now take our hands off our shoulders because our chakras are open, and I want you to place both hands on top of the crown. Now, before we actually start the self-healing, we need to go into channel, and this is where we need to ask our guides, our angels, ascended masters or Reiki masters to come and help us to heal what is right for us at this time, for our highest good and our well-being. So now what I want you to do is to close your eyes, and I want you to take a step back in your mind and allow the guides to come down through your crown and help heal what is right for you at this time. So again, take a step back in your mind and just imagine the white light being received from the universe down through the crown. And it's going to come down your arms and it's going to go into your head, okay? And this energy will go where it's needed. This is the first stage. The second step is to go to the third eye. So place one hand at the third eye and the other hand mirror it at the back, so it mirrors the front and the back. The next stage is to put the hand at the back of the neck, and the hand at the front of the third eye now goes to your throat. Again, imagine the white light powering through your crown, down your arms, into the back of your neck and into your throat chakra. The next stage is to take your hand off your back of your neck and bring it to your heart, and your other hand clasped together to make sure that your palm chakras, which are in the middle of your hands, are over your heart chakra. Again, imagine the light going down your crown, through your shoulders, down your arms and out through your palms into your heart. Allow the heat and the light to vibrate for what is right for you. The next stage is you take the hand off and put it to the solar just below the breastbone, and the other hand goes to meet it again in the centre, allowing the light to come down and into your solar plexus. The next stage is the sacral. Again, taking one hand off at a time, we put that just under the belly button and bring the other hand to meet it. Again, making sure that you're imagining that the white light is coming down the crown, down your arms and through your palms and into your sacral chakra just below the belly button. The next stage is for the root chakra. Now I want you to take both hands off and I want you to clasp them underneath your genital area. Now this is for you only, okay? This is not something that you do for somebody else. So what we're doing is putting both hands clasping onto the base, which is the genital area, and we're actually sitting on our hands. Again, making sure that the energy is going through our crown, down our arms and up into our base chakra. The next stage is to take both hands off and place both hands on our knee caps. This is where our energy is stored, and this will bring you much needed energy when you are feeling low. And finally, the latter stage is the ankles. Now obviously if you can't bend down to reach your ankles on your feet, just get your palms onto your knees and just imagine that you're beaming that energy down through your hands down to your feet. And then simply what we do is we just reverse what we've just done. So we now go back to our knees. We then go back to the genital area, which is the root chakra, by sitting on our hands, you can see. Then we take one hand off at a time, going to our sacral chakra, just below the belly button. Then we go up to our solar plexus, just below the breastbone. Then we go back up to our heart. Then we go back to our neck to go to our throat. Then we go to our third eye. Oh, and also, if you prefer, you can also put your hands over your eyes, like so. And imagine that the white light is going down into your eyes. And finally, finishing up on the crown. So when you've actually worked on each chakra, and it's totally up to you how long you feel you need to work on each chakra, If you're feeling a strong vibrational energy and heat, it means that that chakra is needing that much needed energy. So it is totally up to you how long you want to stay on each chakra. Okay, so when you're happy that the healing has been completed, and your mind, I want you to thank your guides, your angels, for coming to help you with your healing at this time. And we now need to close down our chakras. So again, placing our hands on our shoulders, like so. We start at the root chakra, which is in the gentle area and is red. I want you to imagine a bright red flower. And we're going to close that front and back. We're now going on up to the sacral chakra, just below the belly button. And that is an orange flower. And I want you to imagine that closing front and back. I'm now going on up to the solar plexus, just below the breastbone, and that is yellow. And now I want you to imagine that yellow flower closing front and back. And now I want you to go on up to the heart chakra, which is green. Again, imagine that heart centre closing front and back. We're now going on up to the throat, which is blue. And I want you to imagine a bright blue flower. Close that front and back. We're now going up to the third eye, which is in between the brow. Again, imagine an indigo flower. Close that front and back. And finally, the crown. Close those petals on that white lotus flower one by one. And that is how you self-heal. Any questions, please feel free to ring me. Enjoy your healing. Namaste.